Hello. Yeah. Hello, Dipanjan. Hello, Dipanjan. I have joined. Hello, Dipanjan. Hello. 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 I can see Brian, Tohid Bhai, John in the StreamYard in the scene. Hello, Dipanjan.
হ্যাঁ বলছি, তুমি স্টার্ট করো।
কি
আমার ট্রাভেল ট্রাভেল শুট হচ্ছে একটু, ঠিক আছে? স্টার্ট করো।
কি স্টার্ট করব? আবার স্টার্ট করব?
না না, তোমাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে, তুমি কথা বলতে থাকো, স্টার্ট করো, মানে কথা বলে যাও।
হ্যালো। আমি তো আমি তো শুনতে পাচ্ছি না আমি কি বলছি।
না না, তুমি যা বলছো সেটা শোনা যাচ্ছে বাইরে, ঠিক আছে? মানে অন স্ক্রিন শোনা যাচ্ছে। তুমি স্টার্ট করো, আমি কথা বলছি, অন ল্যাপটপ থেকে অন হচ্ছে।
If I
সমস্যা করছে।
if I speak from my laptop, then I should know what I am saying. So I can hear. I cannot hear.
দাও দাও, এক মিনিট দাও তো, ফোনটা এখন
That's why I said that you start. Hello. Maybe there are some technical problems, and because of that, I cannot hear uh, what I am supposed to hear from this, and I don't know what I will speak. So something Dipanjan, maybe he has been having some problems with.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes,
Dipanjan, I
yes,
can
yes.
hear.
You are audible, and you can speak now. Okay, no problem. There was
I
some
am
technical glitch.
I am audible, but the thing is that I cannot listen to what I am saying.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
okay, fine. You start with the things sharing the screens.
okay. Okay. Wait.
Dipanjan, you shared the screen.
I think this is visible,
Yeah,
and
this is visible. This is visible, and first let us introduce the youth conclave. This is the concept basically, and before that, I would love to say a few words on International Day of Global Indigenous Peoples 24. So this is mm, actually it is 9th of August, and 9th of August is practically uh, declared as International Indigenous Peoples Day. So this has been declared by, this is the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. It has its roots in the United Nations efforts to recognize and support indigenous communities. It was initiated after the first conference of the United Nations Working Group on Indigenous Populations, UNWGIP, held on August 9, 1982. After 12 years, on December 23, 1994, the UN General Assembly officially designated August 9 as the International Day of the World's Indigenous People through resolution. Resolution number is 49/214. Since then, this day has been observed annually to raise awareness about the rights, cultures, and contributions of indigenous peoples worldwide. United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, which we commonly know as UNESCO, has a policy framework to guide its engagement with indigenous peoples. This includes promoting their rights, supporting their cultures and languages, and incorporating their traditional knowledge into UNESCO's programs. The theme for the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples in 2004 is protecting the rights of indigenous peoples in voluntary isolation and initial contact. This theme focuses on the rights and needs of indigenous groups who have chosen to remain isolated from the rest of the society. So this is what is the theme of the International Day of the World Indigenous People 2024, and we should not forget uh, that every country has its own nomenclature or something. Like, every country is not saying indigenous people, but they have their own terminologies. Some countries they said tribals, some countries they said this thing, um, indigenous people, some countries they say Adivashis. So it is like that. But all this, whether it is tribal, whether it is Adivashi, whether it is indigenous people, so the meaning remains the same. And what we need to do is always we should respect them. And in this group, Youth Conclave, also there are many indigenous community people from Africa, from India, from Bangladesh, and we should respect. And it's a oath-taking time for all of us to just understand what they deserve. Like, I am giving an example in in India, there is a community called Rava. They are forest dwellers, and the government, they try to just uh, give them good habitats in the city, and almost offered everything to everything of modern amenities. But ultimately, after a few years, the Ravas, they thought that this is not their place. They are not able to live in. So they went back to their original forest dwelling houses, and stayed there, started staying there. So this is because the government, maybe the government's intention was good, But the thing is that the advisors of the government, so they didn't realize, they didn't take into account of the needs of the uh, particular indigenous communities. So this has happened. Every country has its own examples. Likewise, and now I am just requesting our this thing. This is being organized by the Climate Action Resource Network and Prism as a networking partner. And here in Africa, we have uh, many volunteers. They have joined in the Youth Conclave. Youth Conclave is something like it's a forum, it's a platform for the youths to share their views. And this is you can see the logo of the youth conclave, and I would request Brian, who is the convener of African Youth Conclave. So request Brian to say a few words of introducing himself, and after Brian, Dipanjan will introduce himself as he is the convener of India. And yes, Dipanjan, thank you for this youth conclave. And you have written something on what is why it is green, why is green and C is brown. So can you please share those things? This is a
Thank you.
logo prepared by Mr. Dipanjan Mishra. He is the actually convener of the Indian part, Indian Youth Conclave, and he will explain those things later. And I am now requesting Ogalo Brian Ogalo to please introduce himself, as he is the leader. He has taken tremendous amount of pain to just stood up and focus on climate related and environment related issues. Of course, environment related issues means everything. Climate related issues means everything. So I am requesting Brian to please speak out.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, you are audible. Can we
Okay.
show you? Can we see you? Yeah, Brian.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and to be part of this conversation. I am Brian Ogalo. I'm a veterinary medicine student from the University of Nairobi. Yeah, and I am the current youth convener for the Youth Conclave chapter in Kenya. I am positive about change in our community, and I'm looking forward to more interaction with the Indian people. In the month of February, myself and Aniruddha Day, we went to the Nyanza region. It's a region part of the country, Kenya. We visited the communities there, teaching them about water safety and also about their health. That it really matters. The kind of water that they consume really matters. So their main source of water is actually from the river, and also harvesting rainwater, but they take less concern about the safety of the water. They just consume it as it is without actually considering its contamination. So we educated them on the need to purify the water, and we gave them a technology that Prism has used in India. And so far so good. They're using the technology at home, and we have seen a marked reduction in diarrheal cases. We have seen a reduction in children having waterborne diseases, and this is a change that we need for all our communities in Kenya. This is just a small portion of a larger community in Kenya. So with the youth chapter in Kenya, we are hoping that moving forward will be the change that our country actually need by first changing our behavior on how we manage the plastics, how we manage the waste that we have in our environment. Yeah, and we are also looking forward to improving on our agriculture, focusing on regenerative agriculture so that we maintain the health of our soil. Yeah, so we are looking forward to mentorship from Aniruddha Day and the team from India, and also more opportunities to come for engagement with the youth. And we are hoping that we will be change makers for our country, Kenya, and for Africa as a continent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ogalo. In fact, I would like to say, or I mean, supplement what Brian has just said. This is basically will show you what is the pathetic condition of safe drinking water here. That will explain. But at the same time, what actually attracted me, what I really felt like, Ogalo is from a Luo community, so he is basically representing an indigenous group, and he's from Migori County, and in his village, almost all of them, there are 100 some families, and all of them are Luo. They are so vulnerable, genetically vulnerable, because they have a problem with sickle cell anemia. So sickle cell, those who understand sickle cell, because I have done my PhD on this sickle cell gene, its nature of distribution and association with natural selection. That was my PhD topic. So I did it in India, I did it in Odisha, and my community, they were not an indigenous population, but Agadia. However, I know the vulnerability what we have been talking about in DRR, in climate change issues, when we are talking about resilience building. So those who are genetically vulnerable, there are social vulnerability, there are physical vulnerability, there are economic vulnerability, but genetical vulnerability cannot be. Uh, it is not that easy, cannot be done so much. Only advocacy is needed, and I have discussed this with Brian, who's one of his own sisters. She died, and uh, after I returned in February, in March, I think, another small child of his family, he died, he expired. So it's a very big issue. However, the thing is that why I was so excited, because afterwards Brian told me, though it is not the harvesting time, so we cannot prove anything, but Brian told me that when I when I talked with them, when I said that GMO corn, because people in Kenya, they are their main food is ugali. Ugali is made with corn flour. So when I told him and the community that we are concerned about health, and if you are taking GMO corns, because all corns are GMO corns, and we have proved it with the older generation. And Brian informed me that people of his community, they have switched over from GMO to non-GMO corn. That is a tremendous thing, and I really appreciate the efforts Brian has made. So I request my other Kenyan friends to also think about, because GMO and non-GMO, the differences and the impacts, the consequences of GMO products. So I am requesting you all that the staple food, since your staple food is ugali, since many places you buy this boiled corn or burnt corns. So steamed corns, I mean. So I would request all of you to just think that whether you are taking non-GMO corn or a GMO corn, and with a GMO corn, what would be the consequences? You all know. Thank you, Brian, for your nice introduction, and we are really happy to be with you, to work with you. And now I am um, just requesting Dipanjan to give a small introduction that he, as I have already said, that he is one of the he is the convener of Indian chapter of Youth Conclave. So Dipanjan, please.
Yes. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes. So, hello everyone. I'm Dipanjan Mishra from Indian Sundarban part. Actually, I am the convener of India chapter. So, mm, we are actually working in the part of the Sundarban, the most southern part of southeastern part of India, and we are actually working on the localization in the DRS section, and we are trying to empower the local peoples in the DRR, and as well as DRR, we are working on the water sanitation and the WAS program, and which is the actually represents the SDG 6 program. So we have already organized some programs. Actually, we have the PPT here. We'll share it later. For now, that's it. Actually, I would like to uh, say request Aniruddha to continue the program.
Okay, thank you, Dipanjan. Thank you, Dipanjan. Uh, Good to know about this thing, your performance and all. So now I am also requesting you once again to please show what you have done in India, in Alipurduar first. That was your offline youth conclave meeting. Please.
Yes, yes. Just give me 1 minute. Uh,
And Dipanjan, how many people have joined in through YouTube?
for now, just two peoples, but in StreamYard there are eight peoples. Eight? No, no. Eight means yes, yes. There are eight peoples, but here there are six peoples because this is a free platform, so we can accommodate only six peoples here.
Okay, that's no issue. Yeah.
Yes, I think this is visible to
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
So first, I want to clear about the logo of YC or the Youth Conclave. Here, we are using the Y, but by the green color. So the green color actually denoting the color of spring. So that's why this yellow is actually the leafy green, and C. So C is representing conclave. Conclave means the gathering of the peoples and the association or some community, and that's why C is the representation of the courage and the red color, and also the representation of the hot climatic conditions of the world, and the green world actually representing because we are the warriors of green, so we want to actually uh, turn the whole world to a green world. That's why this is our aim, so this is our objective, so that's why I designed it like a green world. So this is the basic theme of or the background theme of the logo. And now I'm presenting the program that we already organized in offline mode. Uh, Actually, we have the first offline meeting with in Alipurduar, of the youth conclave with Joya Mitra, the veteran river scientists, as well as the environmentalists of Indian they inaugurated the program, and the guest speaker was Mr. Riti Viswas, and he was
Mystery.
yes, yes, he was a PhD student of microbiology of USA youth representative, and the program was actually about the legal awareness about different things of youths. Here you can see the first offline meeting with the members of YC Youth Conclaves of Alipurduar districts, West Bengal, India. They all are here in our group, in WhatsApp group. Uh, in the second picture, you can see that they are all are actually youths from different parts of the Alipurduar, and here our Miss Riti Biswas, the PhD scholar, and also a youth representative with her valuable speech in the direction for young generation. And in the next picture, Nita Dhor, our facilitator, she is also in our group, and she is a program coordinator of Prism India, sharing her views on the objectives of Youth Conclave. In the next picture, you can see the actual program leaflet or the banner, the legal awareness program camps. It was held on 12th July to 31st July of 2023. This was the actual program, and this is my slide. It was just I would like to say the honor to the uh,
Yes, thank you, Dipanjan. You can remove the slide from.
yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay.
You can remove the slide now, and now let me say a few words about this youth conclave. Why this youth conclave, and what about the youth conclave and its future? So youth conclave, this is actually youth for climate. If you see the in Google, youth for climate, then you will get to know all about what UNDP has formed and what has been accepted as the United Nations first uh, initiative with the youth on climate change issues. And there is an organization which is called Climate Action Resource Network, and it was there in Asia Pacific, and it will be a uh, actually a conglomeration of different countries. So now this is in Africa. There are some people from Europe, so there will be an European group likewise. So we have initiated from Carnepic Climate Change Resource Network, Climate Action Resource Network, basically. So Climate Action Resource Network Asia Pacific. I am the chairperson as well as the convener, and our co-chairperson and co-convener. So Professor Sheikh Tawhidul Islam. He's from Jahangirnagar University, Bangladesh, and he is the director and professor of Institute of Remote Sensing and GIS. Uh, so uh, we both of us are present here, and we thought that we should initiate a new chapter with the youth. So we have formed Youth Conclave, which is Warriors of Green. However, in this new chapter, we have so many Kenyan youth. So we will definitely think that how it can be actually conglomerate. We have we have already 902 members in the youth conclave group. As what Dipanjan has said, that all the members we could see in offline meeting. So all of them are not in WhatsApp group, but they are in the 902's list. So and our purpose is that uh, we cannot. Uh, we are aged. We have said we feel for the environment, we feel for the globe, we feel for the entire world, and still we have crossed a particular age so that we can actively participate and act on something. That is possible by the people who are above 18 years of old and below 35 years of old. They are very active, they are uh, young, they are energetic, and they can really bring a change. And we have gone through one example like this Friday for Future thing. If you have seen that one single lady, single one young girl, I would say, that from Switzerland, she has changed the situation, and all over the world, people are now respecting her. So the potentials young people have, so that potential needs to be used for our entire world, for changing the health system, for changing the environment, for changing the our behavior, all these things. And we have very recently we have seen some people are more concerned about Bangladesh situation. Very recently we have seen that youths of Bangladesh, how they could change the regime, and youths of Kenya also, they have started similar kind of a movement, and all over the world, because many senior people, they have become they have become opportunist, and they have taken opportunistic approach, and these young generation, they need to protest, they need to shout for their human rights, basic human rights, basic amenities. Like one example I was saying from Migori County, that it is unbelievable for me that still there are villages where even 100 families are there, they do not have any electricity, they cannot charge their mobile phones. And just now I knew it, but it was confirmed by Brian that the people, they since they cannot charge, since they cannot go for social media, they are not interested in buying smartphones. So people do not have smartphones. So forget about smartphones, they do not have electricity, they do not have, only one family, that was Brand's family, where I stayed, and only they have a toilet, which is a kacha type of a thing, without any septic tank, without anything, and it's very foul smelling. uh, it is there, but no other households have toilets. Number one. Number two is they have, the only source is river for their drinking water, but they have lots of potentials. Nobody bothered to tell them that this moringa can be grown. There can be some other vegetables they can grow. They can develop a nutrition garden for themselves. No, it was not being advocated. However, so all these things, I think it is Brian, it is Morgan, it is Chadwick. It is actually, I have taken 3 4 names, but I'm saying all those who are young, they need to uh, give inputs, and we will be there as facilitators. That is our commitment. I would now request uh, Professor Sheikh Tohidul Islam to say a few words uh, on behalf of uh, Climate Action Resource Network. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anirudhude. Um, so do you need that I just open the camera? Though I wish to just not use the camera. If you allow me.
As you feel like, as you feel like.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
for a moment, if you can show your face so people will know that this is Professor Sheikh Tohidul Islam and we have been interacting with.
Okay.
After that, you
Okay.
close.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me in this particular webinar or the first meeting of African Youth Chapter, Youth Conclave, the Warriors of Green, and the theme against which you are organizing this particular webinar is accessibility and availability of safe water and behavioral issues of people. It is related to SDG 6. Um, so this is a fantastic kind of journey of the youth chapter. This is the extension of Carnegie in the African continent, and where many youth young people from Kenya joined. So this is I'm very happy to be here today to see a few very bright and energetic faces from African countries. Mostly, as I understand, that mostly are coming from Kenya, appearing from Kenya. But hope this particular extension will also be will see people from other countries of the region as well. Uh, uh, First of all, since this is the first meeting, we need to I know that put all the people's names in the or the way you are organizing the activities in Europe. We need to just put in our website, the Canopies website. So maybe Dipanjan and Brian could just help us out to supply us the information about the names and who are you, how many people are there. Dr. Oril, they said that there are 902 people participating in this particular youth conclave. So if we just get the photograph, or if no, if the photographs are not available, then maybe the name of the participants or the members of the group, and also the age, skills, and the interests are there, then we could just put all the names in the Africa chapter, and also maybe the people who are joining from India, they will also be included. And also there are some people from Bangladesh. I think we need to just do that to make sure that to show our strength to the outer world when we'll just raise the voice, our this particular presence through presence in the globe through this particular website, that will be very good to make people aware of the activities that we are just doing. Uh, for the people who are just joining, I am Sheikh Tohidul Islam, as Dr. Rududa mentioned. I'm a professor working in a public university in Bangladesh. The name of the university is Jahangirnagar University. I had been there in the Department of Geography for more than 20 years, and after that, in 2020, I was transferred to a new institute to build it up. That is called Institute of Remote Sensing and GIS, and I am the director of the institute. We just do all the geographical information system mapping exercises, different tools we use for gathering data. We use other technologies like GPS, LiDAR, radar. This particular data we use for assessing the impacts of climate change, disaster risk management, natural resources appraisal, environmental monitoring. So these are the thematic areas where we use all this particular data and do analysis and publish papers or write reports. So maybe this particular expertise and the areas where we are just working, we could just arrange a training some point, sometimes later maybe. So this is my introduction, and I am also with Dr. Anuruddha there to organize this particular Karn AP from Asian chapter. Dr. Anuruddha is my very close. He's senior to me, but he is very close to me, my senior friend, and we are working together with all the supports that you have been providing. Dipanjan is also here, and also we have some other people. You will get informed about those through the website. The people who are organizing are the founding members of the group. The name and the photographs are also available in the Carnegie website. So if Dipanjan and Brian just help me out, I'll just ensure that all the names are in the website, and that is the first thing to do, I think. Secondly, that I would like to just draw some attention on the water issues. This is a very big issue, and this is very challenging, and so many different challenges are there. That's why we need to just take these particular issues seriously into account. And we are fortunate that Dr. Onuri today is with us because he has developed a very good, affordable technology to ensure safe water supply to the families and the communities. If and he also, I know that he visited some African communities and demonstrated some of his technologies, or some not some of his one option maybe that was there. He showed how that might be useful for the community out there. And this is one of the issues that we have at least some technology in hand that could be used for ensuring safe water supply to the community. And at the same time, we need to just keep it in mind that the water sources are at risk nowadays because of many different issues like withdrawal of water from the groundwater table in the unplanned way, or the industries pumping out the waters. These are issues. The services and the water related governance are also just causing different problems in supplying the water. Water access is an issue as well, like the pipe water or the tubewell water supply is not very efficient to ensure safe water supply to the communities. There are expenditure related issues. People cannot afford it, though options are there, options are available. Water quality is a big concern. It's not only the water supply, it should be safe water supply. So once the word safe is just added with the water, then the whole issue it becomes a kind of challenging kind of context. We need to address that. Huge inequalities are there, as that one location to the another location, one community to the other communities, inequalities between urban and rural context. So inequalities are everywhere, and all these particular issues are becoming more problematic when the challenges are taken into consideration, like the arsenic contamination issues, what is happening in Bangladesh, climate change issues, disaster risk impacts, sometimes contaminate the groundwater tables, surface water tables. So all those issues are there. At the same time, we have policy options. We have national policies, we have regional policies, we have water related international policies like SDG 6. So we could just bring up some of the issues from those particular policy options, so that we could identify the approaches and the tools that is necessary for making sure that safe water supply is done, and we could just do some advocacy, and where we could identify the roles of the government, the local government agencies, and also the roles of the communities like we people. So these are the premises where we should just work, and this is maybe complicated, but if we just start working, then I think it will not be very good, very difficult for us to make sure that at least we could just create some appeal to the community, world community, and the state government and the local government people and the policymakers and the politicians that we people are just suffering from water supply, and that is causing different kinds of threats to the community members, and we are just also losing the livelihoods. People are just suffering from different diseases. So these issues, when the youth community will raise in different fora, national fora, international fora, then I think it will be very good to make sure that the international conferences and the people who are just dealing with these particular challenges, they will come forward to try to solve some of the issues at least. So with this particular note, uh, I'm finishing here. Maybe I'll talk with you more later, but may I request Dipanjan and Brian again to just give me the name of the people from India and from Africa, so that I could just put it in their website, and to make our programs, the following programs, more successful, and to make our the activities more visible to the global communities, regional communities in the countries like India and Kenya, to make bigger impacts. Thank you so much. Bye bye for the moment.
Thank you, Tawhid Bhai. It is Dipanjan. Uh, Dipanjan, I think I am audible. Hello, Dipanjan. Hello. Am I audible now?
Hello.
Hello. Dipanjan.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes. You are audible. You are audible.
no, I am audible, but
Yes.
why we need to, we think we need to change this StreamYard and YouTube thing because it is not being handled properly.
Yes, yes.
So okay, later on we'll think of it
Hmm.
for Zoom or some other connections.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because this StreamYard and YouTube together, we can have the recording. It is live, so that's a very good thing that without Google Meet we could do that. And later on we'll hear when we will be free. We'll hear the recorded version. Thank you. Now, Brian is here. Brian, now let us come to the point that is the topic of today. So, I think you can ask. In fact, Dipanjan can drop me from this steam here and add some other Kenyans so that they can raise their questions on safe drinking water and behavior change issues of and how to just ensure SDG 6.
Actually, I can see that Kim is here and Brian. Just two of them are here. So I think Brian can start the actual.
I can see
Uh,
that
session.
Chadwick, uh, oh, Chadwick, please join us on YouTube. So,
Yes, yes,
you
he has a problem with connection. He has
okay,
already mentioned that.
okay. So, Juma also asked for the link. I think you have given the link to her.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Jumati has already joined us.
So if Kim can say something, raise some questions on the topic, that would be good to answer. I'm
Hello,
requesting Kim.
greeting.
I'm requesting Kim, Brian, and whoever is there from Kenya.
So, greetings everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm Kim from
Thank you,
Kenya.
Kim. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you guys from India and other countries are mostly concerned with the climate and even this thing we call GMO, the genetically modified organisms. Here in Kenya, everyone, if you look at the people and the food that they are feeding today, you'll find that everyone is what we call healthy. They are healthy consumers and they really care about what kind of food they eat. So I really appreciate you all, and I'm very interested in this thing of, because in Kenya, like, mostly we are advocating for organic food, which, because you guys, you also know that these GMOs, they have also led to climate change in our countries. So I'm very happy, and I'm sure that we will work together to have a great change. For now, I don't have questions, but as we continue the meeting, I will ask some questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kim, for your valuable this thing words. We are really eager to know more from you. And Brian, if you can say a few words and just on this particular thing, the particular topic, if you can highlight. If needed, Dipanjan will help you with the presentation. Brian, can you say something on this? Yes, the next page, please. Dipanjan.
I think he has. I think he has some network issue.
Network issue maybe. So
Yes, yes, yes.
let me just say something on this, that it was a village in Migori County, and these are some of the photographs of Kenya, different parts of Kenya. This is how the water is being carried. So it is on the donkeys, it is on the carts. So this is how, and they supply water to different shops, different places. Uh, Supply this with these yellow colored bottles, yellow colored jars, and these jars you cannot put your hand inside. So I have seen that many jars, it contains algal problems, and it is contaminated, the water is contaminated, and there is no other option people have. That's why people even drink that water. People do not know the source, people even drink that water. Yes, next page please. Yeah, so in this thing in Kenya, it's a very challenging thing, and we can this is being presented. Can you make it larger so that I can read? Yeah. So yeah. So this is actually these are the issues. So I met Mr. Brian Ogalo at the end of of a session on One Health at the Africa Climate Summit, where Professor Sam Kariuki the Director Drugs for Neglected Diseases Initiative, Eastern Africa, in one of the presentations on climate sensitive infectious diseases in Africa and One Health approaches in response. And there are some statistics. You will get the this thing. I can share it with you, or you will get the thing in line. After saying that, I have done a market survey, like mainly 20 liters jars are needed for each household, and mostly for consumption. So what is the price? This is some agency, they charge 360 Kenya shilling per 20 liters jar. 360 Kenya shilling means it is almost it is more than $3, almost $3. And this is some agency, they charge 200 Kenya shilling per 20 liters jar. Some agency they charge 600 Kenya shilling. Some agency charge 500 Kenya shillings. And some hotels, some agencies, they charge 1,500 Kenya shillings for 120 liters jar. So there is no parity. Everyone, it is up to them what way they can charge. So it is up to them. Like in India, we have a standard norm that in any sales counter you will get the 1 liter bottle of 20 Indian rupee each. So 1 liter bottle 20 Indian rupee means it is Bisleri. It is different brands are there. So different brands are available on this rate. And there is there are government facilities in India also, that government is trying to help the uh, uh, people, those who cannot afford that much. So they have. I am not talking about the quality issue. This is I do not know how the quality is, but still there are some initiatives from the government also, that they are uh, facilitating the people, those who cannot afford uh, 1 liter bottle for 20 rupee. And here it is more than 60 shillings or something for 1 liter bottle. So here everyone has to buy a water bottle, whatever price it is. They try to just negotiate. And sometimes, because the agencies, they have fixed charges, like one agency they charge 360 shillings, one agency I told that they charge 200 shillings, one agency they charge likewise 500, 600 shillings likewise. So then I started doing the market survey, that whether the reagents we need for the technology to solve our problems of drinking water, so that those reagents are available. So I have seen that those reagents are available. I went to the market, and this that is the marketplace. Brian knows. Brian had once gone with me, and he has seen this is very close to CBT, Central Bus Terminus. Now there are, one thing is that the ingredients are available. Number two is, so we need, for our technology we need two things. One is that consumable item, one is that non-consumable item. So consumable item, even if it is very high, but it is one time for 5-6 years, so this can be afforded. So that is a tap, that is a stick, plastic or wooden stick, and that is a container. So after this market survey, I installed one. I did the first thing. in the place where I stay in Nairobi, where we used to buy water uh, in 20 liters bottle with 360 shillings. So for some changes or something, sometimes we do not have, so we are paying 400 or more. However, I first and I just tasted that water, and all our guests, mostly those who have come to our place, they have tried this and they didn't have any problem. So it is possible. First example is first thing we said that it was possible. It could have been done. Then we went to Machakos County once, and in the Machakos County, we have seen this similar way, the problems with the water and how people are getting water, what are the problems, and all these things. Then come uh, Dipanjan. Yeah. Next, I've already informed that Brian is from Ondome community, and they even do not have they know rainwater harvesting is an alternative, but most of the houses they do not have the required infrastructure for rainwater harvesting. They can't do it without proper knowledge, without having a proper infrastructure, adequate infrastructure. So rainwater harvesting is not a good thing in those villages. Uh, I have seen. It is not only Ondome, it is in the nearby villages too. Yeah. Next. Next. So it is you come Dipanjan, you come to this. These are the actually pictures, and these are different issues which we have talked about. So now I am focusing on particular water, safe drinking water issue. Yeah. So uh, just come down the page. No, 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 no. Come up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Yeah, the previous page. Yeah. Please, no, 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 no. Please stick to the previous page. Yeah. So this is a place actually. I'm thankful to Brian for organizing a beautiful meeting with the community members, and they also raised questions. They didn't accept it as I said, but I got an opportunity to demonstrate uh, how the water, what they, it was a pity. I have seen that they do not have any drinking water source, and there is. We are talking about water. We are talking about drinking water. We are talking about safe drinking water. So the safe drinking water is mostly needed. What Brian has already informed, that there is no diarrhea, there is no dysentery, there is no waterborne diseases in the children. So all these things what Brian has said. So I saw the only source they have, it is the women. They walk uh, to the river and they try to just smear, and just they come with a full bucket of water. That is something I am trying with this. You can see the color of the water. Dipanjan, next, yeah. So you can see these four buckets. You can see the colors. So the same water, like this first one, it is the second one, it is the third one, it is the fourth one. Fourth one was actually, you can see how transparent it is, so that through the water we can see the house opposite to that container. So it could be possible because they actually supplied the water, the villagers, and supplied the water from the uh, river, and the river water was uh, this much reddish, and after that treatment we got water of this quality. So next day people from other villages they came, and some people, I'm sorry to say, please don't take it otherwise, some people from the church nearby of that village, so they came and they requested me that why we are not thinking of empowering the church, but the problem is that it's an opportunistic approach, because they are talking about Jesus, they are talking about all these things. People have converted, but people are not getting the right direction from the church, which is the responsibility of a church, of any institution, any, whether it is a religious institution, whether it is a political institution, whether it is a social institution. Any institution has the responsibility to just disseminate the correct information. But I have seen that this church, they are not disseminating the correct information on safe drinking water, not disseminating the correct information on GMO corn, likewise, and not advocating the people to have their nutrition garden. All this, there are so many other things. However, this is a problem with the community, and in many of the places I am seeing, now I am coming to the point that we have talked about this thing, your behavior change issues. Now the behavior change issues, I'm saying that I have already talked about this point number 13. The Luo community is vulnerable due to presence of sickle cell gene. Yeah, Dipanjan, you can remove. So now the point is that I have seen the Masai people. It's very famous. Kenya is very famous that way. Nairobi is very famous that way. It is the capital of Kenya, and it is the gateway of Masai Mara. Masai Mara, where many tourists from different parts of the world they come to visit the Masai community and Masai Mara area. And Masai Mara is famous for migration of wildlife. However, I have seen that the government, they are taking $20 to $30 per head. You can imagine the price government is charging per head for taking the tourists to a Maasai village. And to a Maasai village, what they are demonstrating? They are demonstrating their houses, which are basically built by the women, and it is a uh, kind of a very unhygienic place to stay, I would say, because there is, in the Masai house there is no ventilation except one small round shaped place in for passing the smoke of the kitchen, and that is not sufficient. I have seen it. That is not sufficient. Even I have seen that in Luo community also, in this Migori county, in Ondome village, that people are not aware of carbon shoot, because the way they have uh, they are cooking, the women are cooking, and the way they are burning the fuel wood, so carbon shoot is a problem there. And at the same time, there will be some dehydration issue, there will be some other inhaling problems, there will be. So what we are talking about resilience building is not at all possible. In Masai Mara villages, Masai community villages, in Migori County villages, and in other places where people are using fuel. So government should have. Dipanjan, please remove this. Uh, the government should have thought of. Uh, okay, Dipanjan, we don't need it now. Yeah, Annex 2 you can show. So the community potentials I could identify. After arrival, we did a community tour in some parts of the village. There is plenty of sugarcane plantations as the main cash crop. Someone planted moringa plant closer to their homestead, which is a precious plant. Later in our tour, we entered a house and found stored yellow corns, which is traditional corn. After engaging in a conversation with the members, we realized that some of them having the knowledge of its safety rather than the GMO seeds, uh, GMO seeds in the market. Our recommendation was that they share the seed amongst themselves because it is not available in the market. Next, water quality. So the source of drinking water, I have already informed that mainly are the river and harvesting of rainwater. The river water is contaminated as it flows downstream since it is used in different places by animals for drinking. And at the same time, in the village where I went, so they do not have any toilet, any place for defecation. So open defecation is a practice, and it is near the river. So when there is rain, so it is river is at the down. So when there, because it is a mountaineering village, and when there is rain, so if the water flows through the slope and goes to the river. So it mixes the um, excreta of human being, and it passes in the water. But one good thing is that the water is always flowing, and there it is not stagnant. However, people for washing clothes and bathing, often open defecation also results into human excreta flowing into the river during rains. Rainwater is equally unsafe due to poor harvesting methods from the iron sheet roofs which has dust and leaves, and the collecting containers are left open, allowing entry of dust and other particles. As part of the solution of this problem, we practically demonstrated the use of domestic water purifier, as I have mentioned, emphasizing on its cheapness, sustainability, and ease of use. River water was brought, which had changed the color to yellow. We used the water treatment reagents, and after 4 hours, we achieved a result of a colorless, odorless, and tasteless safe drinking water. Coming to the sanitation point, uh, there is also a there is also a problem of open defecation due to lack of toilets in the households. In fact, we only found pit latrine in one homestead, meaning other community members defecate either in sugarcane plantation or in the bush, putting a risk in the environment for disease transmission and water contamination. We recommend intentionally building of toilets now that we yeah, realize the society works so hard to make ends meet, but later use the resources for treatment, which is a huge hindrance to sustainability. Regenerative agriculture, most of the community members, being farmers, use chemical fertilizers and pesticides to maximize production and profit. This has led to land degradation, and they say they can no longer plant crops without using fertilizers. Continued use of fertilizers and pesticides not only cause contamination of food and water, but it also interferes with nature, contributing to adverse effects of climate change. Practical demonstration of climate change was presence of rains in January, which is harvesting season. But part of recommendation was to go back to the traditional basics of indigenous seeds and natural fertilizers. And we all, I mean natural fertilizer, I mean cow dung and all, means the vegetable waste, vegetable and fruit waste, and all these things composted. And we all agreed that this will take some time, but it is sustainable for health of people, environment, and animals. Gender equity in the community setup, women are in charge of household duties such as cooking, cleaning utensils, washing clothes, and cleaning the house. This very vigorous and routine often time leads to backache, oftentimes leads to backache, exposure to indoor air pollution during cooking, and women inferiority in the homestead. The man, on the other hand, after income generation duties and provision for the family, sits comfortably waiting for food and makes major decision for the home. Gender inequality is creeping its head in this community, but the good news is that they have promoted women leadership in community-based organizations that we reached, which over time will bring the gap. Health is wealth. That is actually I was trying to advocate. This became the visit of the 2 day visit to Ondome village. Many of them focused on making wealth and not in their health, and often time overlook the problems above on quality water, sanitation, climate, smart agriculture, gender inequality, and sickle cell anemia. This has resulted into huge cost in treatment of diseases unconsciously. The good news is that the community members collectively agreed that health is wealth and it should be a priority, which is reinforced by behavioral changes. So, after this, I would request Dipanjan to please show the video of uh, Brian, what he has said. This is a four minutes video, not very big. You can listen to Brian. Dipanjan, why there is no sound? Yeah.
Actually, I can't understand. Okay, okay, wait, just wait.
Dipanjan, you drag on the speaker side.
Just wait a minute. Just, uh, is that available on YouTube?
No, it is not available on YouTube. We have to just change something, some edit something, and then we will make it available.
Okay, okay, just wait, just 1 minute. I don't know why there is no sound. There is no sound. can we just continue and I'll make it
Yes,
available,
yes,
audible?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
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 yes.
yes,
Just
yes,
continue. I'll make it available.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Dipanjan. Uh, Actually, there are some technical issues. Uh, I don't know why it is not, the sound is not clear, but okay, Dipanjan is trying. So,
So Brian and Kim is here, and I think now the network of the Brian is well. So Brian,
I
please
think
tell.
I think Brian can take it up. Brian can suggest a few things. Brian and Kim, they can raise questions on solution part.
So before Brian, I think I can start.
Yeah,
As I
Kim.
had said earlier, I'm Kim, and by the way, I'm greatly happy and I'm very concerned that you guys also visited Machakos County. I tell you that Machakos County is my hometown, and
Oh,
most people in Machakos, yeah, it's my hometown, Machakos County.
hi.
I come from Machakos, but now I'm in Nairobi for studies. So as you know, you that most people in Machakos depend on groundwater, and there's no rainfall most of the times since the condition there is semi-arid. And I'm really thankful to you guys on visiting my area, and I'm sure that your effort in raising awareness and even providing practical knowledge are already making a significant difference. And I'm also asking you if you could visit Machakos again. I think that time I had not joined the youth conclave, but now I am a member. So next time you come, kindly inform me. I want to be there. I want to be there. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think Brian can take over.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are audible.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I am so happy for the presentation, for the work that we did. It's amazing that we were able to educate and empower the people of Migori. So about sanitation and safe water drinking, I've seen the power of education, the power of creating awareness. So this is what we want to take up as the youth, so that we empower our people on key issues on hygiene and sanitation. So I would like Aniruddha to maybe inspire us on how we can keep on with education and awareness, because the main limiting factor is always financial access. For us to go to the communities and make an impact with them, we have to use some finances on buying materials, on just setting up the environment for education. I think this is a big gap that the youth can take up now that we have the knowledge to just explain to them the importance of hygiene, importance of safe drinking water, importance of using indigenous crops just to maintain the climate and the health of our soils. Yeah, so there's a big gap in education and awareness. Yeah, I think this should be our first step as Youth Conclave Kenya chapter. Yeah, thank you. I think I can stop it at that for now.
Thanks, Brian, for your valuable inputs. One thing you have said that it is the materialistic areas, uh, how you will, because it is for you also, for the people, those who are actually depending on their parents for their education, so it is not possible for them to spend any extra money. That I can understand. But at the same time, I would request you that to think in such a way that as there are problems in the world, there are solutions also. But solutions means you have to think of the solutions. You have to be always positive, and you need to. Likewise, I'm saying that if you already Professor Sheikh Tohidul Islam, he has requested you to make a presentation. I also requested you to make a presentation. To it is before the workshop. I said that in the LinkedIn, so there is a community. Uh, there is a big group in LinkedIn on Kenya. They have been working. So please insert those things. Number one. Number two is that Professor Tohid, he has asked about the 9 members from Kenya. That is Brian, you. Number two is Morgan. Brian's serial number is 805. Morgan's Jaden, his serial number is 881. Angel, she's 893. Again, Kim, for your kind information, Angel is from Machakos County. And Chadwick Storval, his number is 867. Comb, he is 902. Kim is 883. No, Kim is 898. Kesho Isaiah, he is 883. John is 878. And Faith Oevinia, she is 845. So these are the numbers, and I have already we have been trying to maintain the Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet is already there. So now, if we are talking about how we can solve our problems, solve our financial issues, and we need to achieve something. We need to do some awareness program, make some behavioral changes. All these things we are ready to do. Now, these are the areas where we want to work, and there are problems that how do we do that, how do we procure the materials to raise the awareness campaign and all these things. Now question, my uh, point is that there are problems and there are solutions too. So if you are a big group, so you can approach as a youth conclave Africa, because you should now think that Youth for Climate is only one group in UN, whole United Nations, and Youth Conclave is the second group of similar kind where you are representing. So you are the competitor of Youth Conclave. So I am now saying that if you have heard about Greta Thunberg, I have just referred, I didn't say the name. So Greta Thunberg from Switzerland, class, she was a student, school student. And what did she do? She has actually just stormed the whole parliament. She has stormed the whole country. She has now reached to other countries, and her approaches are well accepted. So you first, my solutions are, you first think of your action plan, then you approach someone, because yes, every time you cannot do something without money. So you then approach with your this thing. We are facilitators and we are always there. We'll definitely help you to just how to organize those proposals, huh? And how to approach the funders. So this is number one. Number two is that I would love you, like Kim said that he's from Machakos country. I am saying that why don't Kim start or initiate an organization of his, where he will have a commendable position? Because if you do not have any command, say for example, Brian is a volunteer of Prism. Brian doesn't have any command on Prism's resources. So Brian may think something, and the uh, governing body members will think differently. So Brian will not be allowed, and at some point of time, Brian's ideas will be hijacked by the organization. So I am saying that you people please think of something, because resources, like any resource, a single penny will not go to an individual, will go to an account of an organization only, and that organization has to have a credential. It is not a unethical organization, it should be a credential organization. So that has to be thought of. This is one way of doing it. Number one. Number two is Professor Sham Karure. I know he is not here today. So I have a very good relationship with him. I have already shared his number to Brian. Brian already have his number. So why don't you approach him for something from the government side? But now he will not be able to give you resources. I mean financial resources, because you do not have any agency. You do not have anybody to come up with a solid ground. But you can just initiate some programs on health behavior and something like that. Likewise, in your country, in Kenya, there is one big river called Ati River. Everywhere I have seen. So everywhere there are problems. In Machakos County also, there is only river, that is Ati River, isn't it, Kim?
Sure, sure, very sure, very sure.
And in Ati River, there are fears of crocodiles, and that's why people are not getting into it.
Yeah, sure.
Is
There are a lot of crocodiles. Even I think last year there have been some cases of people being
Yeah,
attacked by crocodiles. Yeah, sure.
by crocodiles, and hippopotamus are also there. Now, my question is that, so it is a part of Ati River. It is not the whole or entire Ati River, entire stretch of Ati River. In some of the stretches, mainly when the Ati River is passing through the town, Nairobi city, so there we are using that river water as our dustbin. So we are throwing our garbages, and most of it are plastics. We are throwing our garbages, knowing it well that those polythenes will not, they are not disposable, and they will not be degraded in 500 or 600 years. 500 600 means 5 or 6 or maybe 7 generations. Can you imagine? We are doing it. We are destroying the rivers that way. And our government, they are putting the what is called uh, landfill site. They are actually making the landfill sites, taking money from Asian Development Bank, taking money from World Bank, taking money from other development agencies, worldwide agencies. So taking money, they are putting the landfill sites just beside the river, and no one is considering the leaching effects uh, of those things, those garbages, to the river. No one is considering. So the way the rivers are being polluted, the rivers will uh, be depleted at, and some point of a time we'll see there is no Ati river, which is basically because I can just echo with Kim, who has confirmed that yes, Ati River has some problems in Machakos County, but in Machakos County, this because of some crocodiles, because of some hippopotamus, since people are not disturbing the water, not going to the river directly, so the groundwater recharging is possible. So that is why Machakos, what he has said, that people are trying to get groundwater. It is not possible everywhere. it is recharging, but to an extent, not everywhere. I have not gone through the whole aquifer system. It needs to be studied. However, uh, the point is now that we have to understand our whole this thing. So whole environmental issues, how it is being polluted. uh, it is through solid waste management, so we have to uh, just initiate some discussions, maybe online discussions. You have families, you have friends, so maybe online discussions. It will not cost you much, because you can save costs for travel, you can save cost for accommodation, you can save cost for your venue, you can save a lot. And you can this way you can raise awareness, like the domestic, what are the domestic solid waste. So domestic level solid waste means we have lots of polythenes, and I'm staying in an apartment here. I can see the amount of polythene they are actually throwing, where it is going. Every day at 4 p.m. there is a truck coming, and it is taking the polythenes. So where it will dump? Every apartment in, I'm staying in School Lane, Westland, so you will understand the problem of this area. And actually these are not dumped in our place, these are not dumped in any nearby locations. These are dumped in slums, in nearby areas of slums, nearby areas of where uh, people cannot afford to maintain a good stay. So it is the government. They have seen that they cannot protest, because they need some employment, and from these garbages they will see what they can collect. So these are the things actually you need to advocate at one hand with the government, and at the same time you can talk to your people that what will be the consequences, because it is not okay for the moment. It is easy to throw those garbages in the areas where people do not, cannot think about their well-being, cannot. So my point is that you can also say that we are using medicine sachets are there. Medicine sachets are made of aluminum. So we, that aluminum is equal to polythene. This is also not degradable. So we can uh, in the house we can use the bottles. I have given some to Brian. I do not know whether you people have thought about it. It has to be, you may not initially, you may not get money at, in one generation you may not get money, but in your generation you can change the world. You can change the world. Money will follow if you are a good person, if you have good intentions to do all these things. Money will definitely come. But if you think that money will come then you will work, it will never happen. It will never happen. So this is my advice to all of you. This is one thing. Now in every household you are using wristwatches, you are using wall clocks, you are using, I am talking about cells, dry cells. So these dry cells means these are chemical wastes. So you, if you insert that battery in a plastic bottle, it will, the, and the plastic bottle is closed, so it will not come up and spoil the environment outside. So it will remain inside the plastic bottle, and that plastic bottle can be converted as an eco brick. It is possible. I have shown. So if you need, I can give a lecture on it. I can just show you how you can do that. Now point number 2 is that safe drinking water is a basic human rights issue. If your government do not understand, doesn't understand, so you need to advocate with them. That is, Shamkarura may be an instrument. So Shamkarura, you can approach him and you can talk to him. Now the point is that for safe drinking water, I have seen, I have proven that we don't have to even spend more than uh, what we say in Kenyan shilling. It is um, 5 shillings or 10 shillings. I will say 10 shillings. Not more than 10 shillings is required to purify 20 liters of water. So these are possible solutions. These are possible solutions, and anybody can do it. But the point is that you have to think how you will approach them. Now, Brian, being a veterinary student, he had shown me, and I saw that his blog. He has written a blog on the toxicities being spread from the animals, because our animals, even if it is a cow, it's a goat, it's a lamb, it is a hen, it's a dog, so they are going freely to the dump yards, and they are and from the dump yards, what they actually uh, what the problems they have been facing, like uh, there are cadmium, mercury, and many poisonous elements are there, and this toxicity and other issues, like I was giving an example of arsenic. Like, I am not living in an arsenic prone area, or I am arsenic contaminated area, and I am for arsenic to avoid arsenic contamination in water, I am buying water, fresh mineral water. But the point is that I am also buying rice, I am also buying vegetables from the market. So I do not know, I am buying milk, I'm buying eggs, but I do not know whether they are contaminated. They are coming from the arsenic contaminated areas, because for human beings we are actually trying to avoid arsenic contamination through water. But for same groundwater, same arsenic contaminated groundwater is being pumped out to irrigate our vegetables, vegetable cultivation, rice cultivation. Same water is being given to our cows. The domesticated animals, they don't. We don't consider that they also need um, arsenic free water or fluoride free water, types of chemical contamination. So now the question is that uh, we cannot make ourselves free. So these are, I have requested him to make a session, take a session on this. What are the zoonotic issues? So zoonotic diseases, many people do not understand. Many people have the habit, because of nuclear families, I have seen that many people, they have developed a habit of having dogs, pet dogs, without vaccination. And some people, they are arguing that they don't need any vaccination, we are taking enough care. Enough care you yourself cannot take for your take. So how do you ensure that you can take enough care for your pets? So uh, it is not, I cannot buy that argument. These are difficult. So my point is that you need to first understand the issues. Then it is okay. Some people, they are saying, uh, they are talking about, means, you see, this is 2024, and we have already crossed 6 months, so it is half. So half, not half, it is 8 months, so another 4 or 5 months, so 4 months plus some days are left. So by 2030 we have to achieve our SDGs. In MDG, Do you all know that in MDG what was our achievement for goal MDG 6? Same in SDG 6, it is Sustainable Development Goal, and it was Millennium Development Goal. So in it was it MDG was finished in 2015 March 31st March 2015, and in April, so WHO had published that, and they were so disappointed to see that global level of SDG 6 means the better hygienic condition was only 32%. Global, I am talking about the developed countries, developing countries, and underdeveloped countries. So this is the situation. And do you think that this situation will change by 2030? Because I have given you the calculation that we only have uh, just 5 years plus 4 months, 5.4 years. So in 5.4 years, if we are not uh, this thing, because in papers, yeah, we will submit, the government will submit that yes, we have achieved, but what basically the people, our people, they have got it, this is what is required. So I would like to end here, requesting Brian to please uh, say something. Brian and Kim are there, or Dipanjan or Tohid Bhai, whoever is there, to raise their questions if necessary. হ্যাঁ, না না চলছে। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ। আপনি আপনি ঢুকুন, আপনাকে কোশ্চেন করার জন্য বললাম। হ্যাঁ।
Hello. It was a very good session, and yes. The video is ready. I can play the video one more time.
Good, good,
Uh,
good. You please go ahead. No, it is not audible, Dipanjan.
okay, actually, the video sound is so low. I can hear it. Okay, no problem. Now we will publish it on our
Okay,
group.
okay, I'll circulate this video in the group so that everyone will be able to hear. Yeah. So I understand that there are some problems with internet, I believe. So I finished with um, some issues, and I'm requesting Kim and Brian to please, or Tohid Bhai just requested me that whether he will join. He has joined. So I am requesting all of you to please put some questions so that we can answer those questions. So Brian first. Yeah. Brian, what all is in your mind? So, Dipanjan, you please put the screen off and let Brian to speak out.
Yes, yes, I already did it.
but it shows me my screen.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is Brian
I think
there?
Brian, no, 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 Brian net is not
No.
working, I think.
Yeah. So you ask Kim to please raise a few questions because we have already only 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left. Yeah, Kim.
So whatever I would be requesting for, maybe I will make myself contact with you. So because you had mentioned that I make up maybe an initiative, and that is it's just like a coincidence because I had already planned to do that, and even I had already designed some kind of logo. So I think I will be in contact with you so that you can maybe guide me one, two, and three, and see how I can maybe how we can help each other. So, and I had lost the internet connection, so maybe I was preparing some questions which I will kindly
Yeah.
just give me time so that I can prepare the questions, just maybe 2 to 3 minutes, so someone can take over, then I will be back.
Okay. You volunteer yourself in 2 minutes. By that time, I'll request uh, Tohid Bhai to say a few words on the behavioral change issues. Uh, as I said, that it's on SDG 6, so we need to achieve.
Uh, Behavioral change issues. I think you are the most fit guy, better than me to respond. But okay. The thing is that there are three issues. One is water, one is sanitation, one is hygiene. All those are very strongly connected components, and we need to just deal with all the issues comprehensively, so that we could just ensure the water sanitation and hygiene issues in a much safer way, much efficient way, which is called wash basically. If we consider only safe water without considering the hand washing thing, or without considering the washing the pots where we are just putting our water as the water storage, then the whole process will not just giving us the results that we expect. So there are different methods and the tools used by different organizations working in water security or safe water supply issues. One of the agency called Water Aid, they also use kind of a tool to make sure to know the to identify the challenge domains where the water safe water options might be compromised, and then they devise some of the strategies to make sure that people are just using in the more effective manner safe water for drinking purposes and all other purposes as well. So they use they call it um, mm, kind of that was a tool, I don't remember, that is PWVA, participatory wash vulnerability assessment. This tool that is being used by WaterAid, where they want to identify the problems first, and then they try to address those issues through different institutional partnership, and also they identify the roles of the communities to make sure the water they are just using is safe. And also there are many training programs, community based training program, the training program for the facilitators, so that you people know much better way the issues that should be disseminated among the community members for awareness raising, and to just give them some suggestions and the good practices, so that they could practice it in the water collection, water storage, water use, and drinking purposes and the times. We generally we ignore
Thank you, Tohid bhai.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Tohid
yeah.
bhai.
Okay.
We would like to now, at the fag end of this session, we would like to now get some questions from Kim. Yeah, Kim, please be ready. And you have heard the solutions Tohid bhai has said.
Yeah, sure. So I only have two questions which I will ask. One being if maybe there could be any specific technologies that maybe you would recommend us we explore on matters concerning the water. And then I think the second one, maybe I think it will, because I will get in touch with you. It's about how we can strengthen our partnership with the local government, maybe the non-governmental organization, because I see there are many non-governmental organizations here in Kenya that advocate for maybe things concerning matters concerning water and climate, and even the private sector stakeholders, maybe to secure funding and resources for the water related initiatives. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Thank you.
Maybe Anuruddha, you
Yeah,
could just respond to that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, please. Shom. I will reach. হ্যাঁ 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 ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে
Anuradha, you have to unmute yourself first.
Yes, Tohid bhai wanted to answer his questions.
No, I think the question. There are two questions. One is, what would be the possible water supply options that they could use? This is question number one. And then they asked how the stakeholders could play some roles to make sure by developing some partnerships to make sure that safe water supply is done to the communities. So these are two issues. Maybe the first questions you could just answer. The second question, maybe I could just try to just answer in just 1 minute. One is community could just raise some funds by putting some proposals to the NGOs, local NGOs. I could just tell you from my Bangladeshi experience that people develop proposals, and the proposals they develop with good information base, like the mapping of the households who need the water and why the people and the communities need water. Is it because of the concern of climate change or disaster impacts, or because of the development gaps and the supply water pipelines and other facilities are not there? So once those are there, then those particular proposals are put the local NGOs, and they submit it to the international NGOs, and this is one way they just collect the finance. Secondly, there are some options that CSR, that means the money that is coming from the CSR means what, Dada? Under the
Corporate
corporate social
corporate
responsibility.
social responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a funding pot. So if the and it's a good amount of funding that might come from the industries and the companies who are just making profits by doing business. So they are committed to just put some money to different good works, and this is one of the area where you could just put your proposal to the industries. So these are two options, and then you could just do some advocacy to make sure that there are allocations, and sometimes we don't know how much money are allocated for supplying water in different communities. So if you know that particular thing in more detail, then you could just make your appeal in such a way so that the local government agencies or the administration they just use in the efficient manner the resources that are allocated to make sure the water supply is done. So this is kind of some kind of options that I'm just telling you from my Bangladesh experience. Dada could tell, Dada, you could just tell some safe water supply options to them. Thank you.
Uh, Actually, thank you, Tohid Bhai, for giving me an opportunity to share. So I have done, and I am now confident that it is possible everywhere, every single place in the world, in the whole world. I am very much confident. So the point is that, and it is very affordable, so everyone can. And another thing I am adding that for safe drinking water, we cannot be in a make believe situation that someone will give me water and I will think that it is safe. It may be unsafe also. So I am not sure. It is some people have said uh, for their business approaches. So I have accepted it. So I am not very much sure. So for safe drinking water, like what you do in your house you buy lamb, you buy beef, you buy any raw vegetable, anything except fruits. So you cook them, you boil them. So water treatment is something that for that you don't need any fireplace, you don't need anything to boil, anything to cook. Just treatment is you have to add only two reagents, and you have to stir for 1 minute. So that is very systematic. Like uh, in a kodai, in an utensil, when you are cooking something, that is your ingredients are very basic ingredients are your salt and turmeric powder. But here you also have two ingredients, and then you have to start to mix it well. So there you have to start and mix it well, but you don't need any fuel. So that is the nicest thing of the system, of the technology we have developed. And you can use it with as I said, that for 20 liters of water to treat it, you need only 10 shillings, not more than 10 shillings. Even it will be lesser than 10 shillings. I have not calculated. I'll make the calculation. So this is one thing. Water treatment is easy. It's not a very big thing. And we big thing when we are depending on the companies for which they are making profit, they are doing the advertisement, they are taking money from us. So we are not counting those things, but we think that we need good water. However, this is one thing is possible, and the second thing Tohid Bhai has already said. So with this, I would like to just end here. I would like to conclude, and as Kim has suggested, we can have dialogues with each other in person or in the group, whatever it is, and it is always possible. I am always there. I believe Tohid Bhai is also there, and Dipanjan is also there, and there are others who can support you. So I would request my friends in Kenya that you please write whatever you think is in your mind, you will get an answer. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you everyone, and here we can end up the meeting. Uh, yes, okay, okay, Kim.
Thank you, thank you. Just want to say thank you so much. So I
Yes,
will
yes,
link up with Aniruddha. Okay, thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.